morning, two ladies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and I'm back from LA from VidCon celebration. Woo! I wanted to use this thing so badly. I found it in a shop one day. I was walking past, and I was like, "Is that a brass horn?" I just grabbed it off the shelf and brought it home. There's no relevance on anything. It's just so fun to blow because it sounds like a fucking goose. Sounds like I'm going to a bad kid's Christmas party. Anyway, I'm back from LA. If any of you didn't know, I was gone to LA for a week. Just now, I got back today, actually, as I'm recording this, but yesterday to you guys. And it was a ton of fun. A lot of people seem to think that I just went for VidCon, which is not true. I went for a bunch of stuff. VidCon just happened to coincide with it at the same time. Okay, so where do I start? The main reason I was in LA this time was because Ninja Sex Party, the music group, they're awesome dudes, they were recording a new music video, and they emailed me a while ago, like earlier on in the year, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to be in our music video?" And to them it's like a yes or no thing. To me it was like a when. Because as soon as I saw that, I was so damn flattered. So flattered to be in something like that. To even be considered for something like that. Because I had seen them do music videos before, and people like Aaron, Mark, Matt, Ryan, Barry, all other people that I know were in them to some extent and had little cameos here and there. So I was like, cool, awesome! I get to be in one too! And I was like freaking the fuck out. And then, like, there was other stuff going on as well, but the idea was to go in June to record that. That's when they kind of, like, posited the idea to me. And I was like, you know what? VidCon's on in June as well in LA. Well, in Anaheim. So I was like, yeah, I'm a good to both of them. Why not hit several birds with several stones and do it all at once and have a grand old time? So, oh man, the recording of the music video thing. I was recording the music video for 2 days. I think I'm allowed to talk about it. I'm not going to go into specifics, but because there's pictures and everything gone up by now. But we recorded that for 2 days. We actually went to like a roller rink for an entire night. It was like 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. to get that shit done, and it was just fascinating to be there. Because it was so cool to see how things progress. How shots are done out of chronological order, and then they're all put back in together in different sequences just to make a full, like, concise, cohesive narrative for a music video. So that side of stuff was absolutely mind-boggling to see. To just be a part of something like that, to see how all the cogs work, how everything comes together. Because I used to study music and sound technology, and just, I love, like, the inner workings of all that stuff, like video editing, cameras, shots, like how everything works. So cool. And I got to hang out with all my buddies again, and I fucking love those guys so much. For the Ninja Sex Party dudes and Grumps and all those guys, those guys are just the coolest. I said it when I did the vlog about South by Southwest, but seriously, they're so much fun, and they're so welcoming and so nice. Every time I talk to them, Danny always comes over and has a big huge hug for me and gives me lots of compliments, and he's just the nicest big Care Bear in the world. I fucking love those guys. I could literally spend weeks without sleep with those guys and never ever get bored. They're the nicest dudes on the planet, and I love them. But when I was in LA, oh, and thank you to those guys, by the way, for letting me be part of something like that. Because I've only met them like a couple of times. I think I've met them 3 times now in real life, and to have them go from not knowing me to like allowing me to be in their music video, it's such a huge honor, and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you for that. That's so cool. But also when I was in LA, I stayed at Matt and Ryan's place this time, and those guys are the fucking coolest as well. We had so much fun staying up way too late and making far too many, like, insanely inappropriate jokes, but it's all part of the fun, really. I just had a blast, and thanks to those guys as well for letting me sleep on their couch and stay with them while I was there, and treating me so nicely and being so, like, so hospitable towards me. Is that the word? Hospitable? Their hospitality was through the roof. They were incredibly nice to me, and I know I was kind of a pain now and then trying to get me places because, I don't know, VidCon got a bit messy here and there, but I know I was kind of a pain in the ass to get around that area, so just thanks to those guys for being so nice to me. And I was on an episode of their game channel. Their game channel is called SuperMega, and those guys have insane chemistry together. They recorded an episode of, like, Euro Truck Simulator, and I was there on the couch with them. And I was listening to them play and just listening to their chemistry together. Those guys, like, they have it down. they're such good friends, and it's cool listening to them talk together. And then Chris O'Neill, who's ONENG on YouTube, fantastic animator, and a fellow Irishman. Fair play to you. Go on, Chris, bye. I met him properly I met him at PAX East very, very briefly for like 10 minutes. But I met him properly this time. We actually got to sit down and talk for a while. And the four of us recorded an episode for SuperMega. We played Drawful together. So you can go watch that if you want. I need to remember to put a link in the description because those guys are awesome and I wish them all the best with their channel. And I was so cool to be on that. And everyone thought I was drunk or something. Or that I was tired. Or, well, I guess I was kind of tired because it was at the end of the entire week. But it was so much fun to record that. I don't know, it's fun to just sit down and casually play games with friends in person. Because over Skype you kind of have to be loud. Like, I'm always kind of loud anyway just to make sure the mic picks me up. And then it just became my style. And when I'm recording on Skype with friends, I kind of have to be loud so Skype picks me up because otherwise it'll just crush the audio. So just to be in a room like that, I was kind of just talking normally, and everyone seemed to think I was drunk, or I was less excited, or I didn't want to be there, or I was sad or something. That's not the case at all. It was so much fun to do. Also, God, I haven't even got to the VidCon stuff yet. Shit. Also, I was on an episode of Grumpcade. 3 episodes to be precise, if they end up going up. If not, I'm just flattered that I even got to sit down and record anything with those guys. We went to the Grumps space one day, and Aaron and Barry were getting ready to record something else. And then, just because we showed up then, Aaron was just like, hey, Jack, do you want to record something? And I was like, it was another case of, hell fucking yes. Oh, God. Because I've been watching Game Grumps for ages. I'm such a huge fan of Game Grumps. I gush over them all the time. When I'm with them, I try not to show that side of me. But I love Game Grumps so much. And to be on something... I recorded with Aaron and Barry. I'm not going to say what we played or anything, just so it's a bit of a surprise. I have no idea when that's going to come out either. Again, if it will come out, but we recorded 3 episodes at least, and that was such an honor to do as well. I'm just so flattered to be part of all this, and so flattered that they'd even ask me to be part of something like that. I felt bad, because I was like, oh God, did I do a good job? I have no idea. This is weird. Because I'm not used to recording with people, like, in the same room with me, and especially something like that, where I got so fucking nervous. So, that was a total blast as well. So, thank you guys, Aaron and Barry, for having me on the show. That was a fucking ton of fun. But VidCon! Okay, cool. So, the first day of VidCon, I missed. I wasn't even able to go to the first day because I was doing the Ninja Sex Party shoots. And I got there at like 8 p.m., 8 p.m. So, I just got food and then we went to the YouTube and the Discord parties afterwards, which was really fun. I missed the convention that day, but it was cool to go and meet some YouTubers who I've seen on YouTube and I'm a fan of, and I got to meet them in person and just chill out and hang out. And again, it was just like a case of me being like, is this really happening? Are all these people really here? Am I dreaming? And to have some of them like come up to me and say that they're fans of my channel, this channel, our channel, not mine. I should try and veer away from saying my channel because it's not mine. It's all of ours all together. In this experience, I do be the one to go, I am the one that goes to these conventions and meets all the people who look at the channel, or whatever, but, man, I wish I could take everyone along just to share in these experiences, but, like, to see some of these YouTubers and have them come up, like, one of the Fine Brothers came up and said that they were a huge fan of the channel and that they really liked what I was doing for YouTube, and, like, Boogie came up and said that I was a really powerful, positive influence on YouTube, and that he was a huge fan of the channel as well. And like, that stuff just blows my mind. Because here are these dudes who've been doing it far longer than me and far more experienced and are, like, I look up to them so much, and just respect them so much for what they're doing on YouTube. Just to have them come up and say really nice things about me just warms my heart. And it's such a flattering experience. And again, I'm just so happy to be part of it all. I'm so proud of this channel and what we've done here. But anyway, I digress. Moving on to the second day of VidCon, I actually had 2 things going on then. I had the panel on how to create a gaming channel, and I played Fun Employed with Mark, Emma Blackery, and Comic Storian. The panel went really well. I think there was probably too many of us on the stage at once. But we made a joke out of it and we like did musical chairs and everything, so it was really fun. And I think there was some really good answers in there, and I think there was some really good messages to take away from that panel. And how to make a gaming channel. Not just gaming channels, but there was some good advice in there for any type of channel. I feel like some people there like really have a grasp on what it is and how YouTube is, and hopefully some people got took away like a message from that, because I don't want to just do a panel and be like, hey, like a boss, and like just be this goofy thing on stage. I actually want people to take something away from it, something that they'll remember, at least. And then we did the Fun Employed thing, which was really fun, and thank any of you who came out. Like, there was so many people just sitting out in front of the tiny little booth, and it was so awesome, and you guys are so cool. And I'm always worried doing those things. I'm like, I make jokes on stage and then nobody laughs, and I'm like, God, fuck, I'm not funny. Damn it. And I get so paranoid. But you guys were a treat, so thank you guys for showing up. It got kind of scary after that, though, because when we left that booth, everyone chased us. And, like, I've experienced a bit of that at Insomnia before, where people, like, follow you and security's all around you. But this one was nuts. I don't know if it was, like, just VidCon or whatever, but as we were walking off, somebody, like, grabbed me and tried to pull me out of the crowd. People were, like, taking pictures as we went along. Somebody knocked over barriers. Shit was insane. And I felt really bad. I felt it was really surreal. But I felt really bad as well, because in those moments, I can see myself through the eyes of the people who are chasing you. I can see what it's like to be waiting out all day just to see these people, and then as they're being dragged away, that's like your one shot. You might not see them again, and then like they're gone, and you might not get your chance to take a picture with them or get something signed or talk to them or anything like that. So my heart goes out to any of you who go through that, because I hate that. I hate having to leave people and security push you along, and all I can say is, I'm sorry, I can't stop. And hopefully they can see the empathy in my face. But it just sucks, man. I really wish I could just sit down and talk to everybody all the time. Because I was added late to VidCon as well. I was only put on the roster like 2.5 weeks before it went up, before VidCon actually happened. Because I was talking about going there, but because I knew I was going to miss the first day, because I double booked shit and I'm stupid. But because I knew I was going to miss the first day, I thought it wouldn't be worth VidCon's time to like schedule a whole bunch of shit for me. And I didn't want to waste people's time or waste people's slots or anything like that. I probably should have, because they told me afterwards that I could have done this, and this. And I could have done a whole bunch of stuff over a couple of days. But that's my bad. I wasn't organised. So next year, if I go to it, which I probably will, I'll have stuff organised for that, because I want to do a proper meet and greet, because they had like professional photography and everything going on, and I feel so bad that I went to this convention and so many people came to it as well to like see me as well as like a billion other creators. And I didn't get to do a proper thing, so I'm really sorry if any of you came to VidCon and I just wasn't there or you didn't see me, because another part of it was I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. I was, after like those events, I was rushed backstage and just had to sit in a green room all day. That was it. It sucked. Because they said we're liabilities, and if we try and walk the floor we'll get attacked, which, after seeing what VidCon is, I don't doubt. Because that shit gets scary. Because PAX has games and everything, and people go for different things. VidCon is all about the personalities. It's all about these online creators, and fans just go insane for that shit. And some people just go up to someone, they don't even know who they are, they just chase them because they see other people chasing them, and they think, oh, famous person, I'm gonna chase that person. It's nuts. It got a bit scary after a while. It got to a point where, when we were leaving one of the days to go back to Ryan's car, me, Matt, and Ryan, we had to go all the way around the convention, all the way back, down through the neighborhood. We had to take like a 30-minute detour, all the way back around to the front of the convention, because we couldn't come out the main door, because people were just everywhere. It's like, when did my life become this? I'm not complaining, by the way. I don't mean to make it sound negative. I'm not trying to say that this is a bad thing. It's a very weird paradox. It's a weird thing where it's like, I couldn't do these things, but it's because so many people wanted to see me. Like, that's so bizarre to me. That, like, when did my life turn into that? I'm so flattered. Thank you so much that, like, so many of you would... It means so much to you that you'd be willing to go out and go through those things just for the sake of saying hello to me. And I've never had that in my life before, and it's still a very new thing to me. I've only been doing this for 3 years, and to see, it just keeps getting like bigger and bigger every convention and every year, like year on year, and it's just so bizarre to me. It's incredibly surreal, and I don't think I'll ever get used to it, but I'm incredibly grateful for it. Every time I see this kind of stuff, I'm kind of in amazement, like, wait, you're here for us? Kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm just like thinking, wow, this is like, it means so much to people. And that's crazy. I remember being like that into like music bands and everything, but to see that some people are into you that much as a person just blows my mind. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving me these opportunities that I can go to these things and experience this kind of stuff. I'm sorry that I don't vlog any of these events. I know a lot of you would love to see it like through my perspective, and I would love to share that with you. I really would. Because I'm always thinking, shit, I should have like taken more pictures. Should have recorded this, should have recorded that. Should have done all these things, and then I forget about it because things just get so crazy or hectic. And again, I don't want to be the guy who takes out a camera and shoves it in everyone's face. To be like, oh, hey, we're backstage now. Everybody say hi, and like shove it in their face kind of thing. Because I've had that happen to me, and it's not the most pleasant experience. Because then it makes a weird scenario. It makes a weird vibe backstage with all these people around. Because then it's like, oh, so you're just here for a vlog then, rather than just being here to hang out kind of thing. So I don't want to upset anything like that. And again, I just want to experience it through my own eyes. I'm the type of person who would go to a concert and would just watch it rather than like taking up my phone to record it. So I apologize that there's not much footage from these kind of things, especially footage from like my own perspective. So maybe one year I'll do it. But again, I like to just be there. I like to just be there and experience it and see what it's like for myself. God, I'm talking way too much, but really cool experience. I had a lot of fun. Don't take away from this that I had a bad time from what I was saying. I had a really, really good time. It was so much fun. It was my first VidCon and it blew my mind. I think I'll be better prepared for next year. It was very overwhelming this time. I got to meet so many cool other YouTubers that I love and never ever get to see. I met some who I thought were going to be awesome, who've interacted with me online and then turned out to be very rude. Well, not rude, but just very dismissive. Like, they talk up a big game on Twitter, like, oh, cool, it's nice, it'd be cool to meet you, come on over and hang out, whatever. And then you meet them in person, they're just like, yeah, cool to meet you, I'm gonna go get a drink. It's like, what the fuck? I thought I was being nice. That's why I'm always trying to be as nice as possible when I meet people. Because I don't want somebody else to have that experience with me. Like, if a person who watches your channel comes up, and that's why I hate when I'm dragged away, because that's what it looks like. That I don't want to be here, that I'm like telling security to drag me away. It's not the case at all. If I would stay around if I physically could, but they're just afraid of like health risks and fire risks. Somebody broke their nose. A security guard broke his shoulder at VidCon because people were just stampeding so much. But that's what I hope that people don't see in me. If they meet me, that they actually get that connection, that they feel like they know who I am. They get a feeling of what I am, who I am as a person, instead of just who I am in my videos. That you don't meet me and then turn around and go, wow, he's actually really rude in real life, because that's not what I want to do at all. I'm a very nice person in real life, or at least I try my best to be. And I try and give everyone the time of day to talk. Sometimes it's just not always possible, but I'm gonna end this vlog here. I don't mean to get sappy or sentimental or repeat myself in every single video like this that I do all the time, but just seriously, thank you, really. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me. I have so many people thanking me all the time, and I feel like I feel like it's misplaced. I feel like people shouldn't need to thank me, because like you're the ones who get the channel where it is. I know I make the videos, I provide the entertainment or whatever, but like so many other YouTubers do that and don't get to do these things, or don't get to experience all these kind of things, or go to these cool parties with all these other cool creators. So just honestly, so much thank you, really and truly, because without you, again, none of this happens. I don't have these vlogs to mention all these stories. I don't ramble for 20 minutes if I don't have you guys here to support me all the time. So it just, it consistently and frequently blows my mind how active and how nice you all are. And I always have so many other YouTubers coming up to me and saying, wow, your fan base is like really nice and they love you so much. And that's like the best thing that I can hear in regards to YouTube. Whatever about how many subs you have, how many views you have, how much money you earn, or how much exposure you get, or how many people know your name. If the people I'm trying to entertain or I'm trying to make happy aren't happy, then it's not worth it. So just, mwah, you guys are the best. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, punch the like button in the face like a boss, and high fives all around. Whoosh, whoosh. Well, thank you guys, and I will see all you dudes. Jesus. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Are you okay? Hi! Weren't expecting that, were you?